I also take this opportunity to thank the Almighty God for his unending grace upon us, for it is his grace that conquers a multitude of foes, and in that grace there is only favor. Favor is not achieved, favor is received, and we have seen God's grace and favor through the Easter holidays. Honorable members, you will agree with me that the most appropriate response to this grace is to remain steadfast in the discharge of the constitutional mandates of this assembly. Honorable members, it is my sincere hope that this House will continue to execute its three-pronged mandates of representation, legislation, and oversight with diligence for the benefit of the people of our great county. Honorable members, in the next 2 weeks, this House shall have considered the supplementary budget estimates for the county executive and the county assembly and the attendant appropriation law. This House shall also receive the annual budget estimates for the next financial year. These documents are the foundation upon which all the development and service delivery in the county are based. I call for commitment and steadfast sobriety in the consideration of these important budget documents. Honorable members, upon approval of the supplementary budget estimates, it is my hope that the county executive shall ensure quick absorption of the funds allocated to the county by improving service delivery and completing all projects and programs earmarked for implementation in this financial year. I implore all committees to ensure that each department does full implementation of the budget through execution of all projects, programs, and delivery of services. Honorable members, it is my desire that we endeavor to make this county a better place today and for posterity. Thank you. Clerk, next order.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers. Under this order, Mr. Speaker.
Maybe immediately after my communication, I beg your pardon. The leader of the minority, you would have, you can do the notice paper.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would wish to lay the notice paper for the dates 21st to 22nd of April 2026. On Tuesday, 21st April 2026 at 9:30 a.m. under papers, we are going to have the Kinangop VTC quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026. We're going to have the Rorie VTC quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026. We're also going to have the Orkolao VTC quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026. We're also going to have the Miragini VTC quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026. We are going to have the Jabini VTC quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026. We are going to have the Leleshua VTC quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026. The Meharate VTC quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026. The Mukeo VTC quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026. We are going to have the Shamata VTC quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended 31st March 2026. We are also going to have the Kahoro VTC quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026. We are going to have the Shauri VTC quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended 31st March 2026. We are going to have the PESI VTC quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026. We are going to have the Kanyagia VTC quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026. We're going to have the Rishao VTC quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026. We are going to have the Kangoi VTC quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended 31st March 2026. We're going to have the Gorika VTC quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended 31st March 2026. We're going to have all those by the leader of majority. And then we're going to have the report on the Committee on Public Service, Administration and Devolution on the County Government Nyandarua County Kenya Devolution Support Program to KDSP, quarterly report and financial statements for the period at that 1st March by Honorable Edna Dwambogo Kingori. We're going to have the report of the Committee on Health Services on the JM Kariuki Memorial and County Referral Hospital Level 4 annual report and financial statements for the year ended 1st June 2025 by Honorable Geshe. We're going to have the report of the Committee on Health Services on the Engineer County Level 4 Hospital Annual Report and Financial Statements for the period ended 30th June 2025 by Honorable Geshe. We are going to have the report of the Committee on Special Funds Accounts on the approval of Nyandarua County Emergency Fund expenditure for the period between July and December 2025 by Honorable Peter Theji Keriga. Under motions and bills, we are going to have the motion on the report of the Committee on Education, Vocation Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protection on the Vocation Training Centers, Nyandarua Sub-County, annual reports for the financial statements for the year ended 30th June 2025 by Honorable Peter Gathungu. On Tuesday, 21st April 2026 at 2:30 p.m. Under papers, we are going to have the Nyandarua County Revenue Fund quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026. We're also going to have the Nyandarua County Receiver of Revenue, County Report, financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026. We're also going to have the Nyandarua County Executive Quarterly Report and financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026 by Rija Mangi. We are going to have the Nyandarua County Executive State Public Office Car Loan and Mortgage Scheme Fund Quarterly Report and financial statement for the period ended March 31st, 2026. We are going to have the Nyandarua County Emergency Fund Quarterly Report and financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026. We are going to have the Nyandarua County Bursary Fund Quarterly Report and financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026. We are going to have the Olkalau Municipality Quarterly Report and financial statements for the period ended 1st March 2026. We're also going to have the Engineer Municipality Quarterly Report and financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026. We're also going to have the Mairunya Municipality Quarterly Report and financial statements for the period ended 1st March 2026. We're also going to have the JM Hospital Quarterly Report and financial statements for the period ended 31st March 2026. We're also going to have the Nyandarua County Climate Change Fund Quarterly Report and financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026. We're also going to have the Nyandarua Kenya Devolution Support Program KDSP 2 quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026. We're also going to have the Agriculture Institution Revolving Fund quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended March 31st, 2026. We are going to have the Nyandarua County Lake All Balls at Sports, Tourism and Conservation Hub Marathon Fund quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended 1st March 2026. We're going to have the Nyandarua County Kenya Informal Settlement Improvement Project KSAP quarterly report and the financial statements for the period ended 1st March 2026. We're also going to have the report on the Committee on Budget and Appropriation on the Nyandarua County Executive and County First Supplementary Budget for the financial year ended 25-26 by the Honorable Isaac Kongwanjiro. We're also going to have the report on the Water, Sanitation, Environment, Tourism, Natural Resources and Climate Change on the Nyandarua County Lake Bolsat Sports, Tourism and Conservation Hub Marathon Fund annual report and financial statements for the financial year June 30th, 2025 by Honorable Bai. Under motions, we are going to have the notice of motion on the report of the Committee on Budget and Appropriation on the Nyandarua County Executive and County First Assembly supplementary estimates for the financial year 2025-2026 by Honorable Kongo Wanjiro. We're also going to have a notice of motion on the report of the Water, Sanitation, Environment, Tourism, Natural Resources and Climate Change on the Nyandarua County Lake Bolsat Sports, Tourism, Conservation of Marathon and Fund annual report and financial statements for the financial year ended June 30th, 2025 by Honorable Bai. Under petitions, we are going to have the report on the Committee on Sports. That is Wednesday, 22nd April 2026 at 9:30 a.m. We are going to have the report on the Committee of Sports, Youth Empowerment and Arts on the petition on diversion of funds meant for Young Spikers Volleyball Team by Honorable Joseph Kuria Thuo. the Chairperson, Committee on Sports, Youth and Empowerment. And again, we are going to, under motions and bills, we are going to have a motion on the report of the Committee on Budget and Appropriation on Nyandarua County Executive and the County First Assembly First Supplementary Budget Estimates for the financial year 2025-2026 by Honorable Isaac Kongo. We are also going to have a motion on the report of the Committee on Finance, Economic Planning, ICT, Revenue on Nyandarua County Revenue Fund Annual Report and Financial Statements for the financial year ended 30th June 2025 by Honorable Zachary Mwangi Njeru. On Wednesday, the 22nd April 2026 at 2:30 p.m. Under motions and bills, we are going to have a committee of supply of the Nyandarua County First Supplementary Budget Estimates for the financial year 2025-2026, scheduled for the committee of supply attached here too by Honorable Samuel Chegega Trimo. We are also going to have the report on the Committee of Supply on the Nyandarua County First Supplementary Budget Estimates for the financial year 2025-26 by Honorable Chegega Trimo. And we're also going to have the motion on the report of the Committee on the Supply on the Nyandarua County First Supplementary Budget Estimates for the financial year 2025-2026 by Honorable Isaac Kakungu Wanjiru, the Chairperson of Budget. Mr. Speaker, it is further notified. It is notified for information of the members and the general public that there shall be a committee on general oversight on Wednesday, the 29th April 2026 at 9:30 a.m., in which the CEC member for Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development and Partnership shall provide information on A, the operations of the Nyandarua County Trade Development Investment Authority, detailing the scope of the authority; B, the enumeration of all the members of the authority since inception, including minutes and resolutions for meetings held by the members of the authority; C, the achievements of the authority to date; D, the accounting officer or officers of the trade fund, the authority, and all officers assigned and responsible for the operations of the Trade Development and Investment Authority since its inception. E, an annual report for the financial year 2023-2024, 2024-2025, outlining performance and operations of the Trade Development and Investment Authority, including financial and non-financial statements required under the Nyandarua County Trade Development Investment Authority Act 2020, as guided by the provisions of Section 164 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012. F, the extent of implementation of the Nyandarua County Trade Development and Investment Act pertaining the investment strategy, the authority's annual plans, and the possible reasons for the non-implementation or disbursement of the allocation of the trade fund. G, the measures being taken to ensure that trade fund benefits the people of Nyandarua during the financial years 2025-2026, considering it has a budgetary allocation of Kenya shillings 25 million. A list of all the chief officers who were directly responsible for the trade fund since the enactment of the Nyandarua County Trade Development and Investment Act. A list of all the accounting officers of the fund, a list of all the accountants responsible for the fund, all persons employed, all attached to the Trade Development Fund, and their benefits, all enumeration per financial year, a work plan on the implementation of the funds currently appropriated in the budget for the financial year 2025-2026, and M, lastly, a roadmap for the implementation in the remaining months of the financial year. I so table the notice paper.
The notice paper is duly tabled. Clerk, next order.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers. Under this order, there are several papers to be paid by the leader of the majority party.
Leader of the majority party, proceed. Yes, Honorable Whip.
Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the leader of majority party, I do table various reports on vocation training colleges. With your permission, Honorable Speaker, there are 16. Allow me to just read the name of vocation training college because the other information is similar. Honorable Speaker, we start with tabling of Kinangop Vocational Training College, which is a quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended March 1st, 2026. We also have the Lorie Vocational Training College, a similar report dated 1st, 2026. We also have Orkalau quarterly report, Milangini Vocational Training College. We have Jabini Vocational Training College. For clarification is Center, Vocational Training Center. We have number F, that is F is Relation Vocational Training Center. G is Miharati Vocational Training Center. H is Mukeo Vocational Training Center. I, Shamata Vocational Training Center. J is Kaholo Vocational Training Center. K, Shauri Vocational Training Center. And I is Pesi Vocational Training Center. M is Kanyagia Vocational Training Center. N, Lishao Vocational Training Center. O, Kagwe Vocational Training Center. And P, Gorika Vocational Training Center. Honorable Speaker, these are all quarterly reports and financial statements for the period ended March 1st, 2026, and I do table.
Thank you, Honorable Minority Whip. The Vocational Training Center's reports are duly tabled. I refer the reports to the Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender, and Social Protection. Chairperson, Honorable Gadongo, in the House. Yeah, Honorable Matimo, how many days do you need to report back to the House?
Mr. Speaker, because we don't have much backlog, we request for 45 days.
Thank you. Clerk ensure within 45 days, the same are tabled back. Clerk, next order.
Under the same order, Mr. Speaker, there is a paper by Honorable Edinard Wabugo Kengori, the Chairperson, Committee on Public Service Administration and Devolution.
Very well. Honorable Sasha, Sarah,
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. On behalf of the Chair, Public Service Administration and Devolution Committee, I beg to read this brief on the Nyandarua Kenya Devolution Support Program 2, KDSP, quarterly report and financial statements for the financial year ended 31st December 2025. Honorable Speaker, the Committee on Public Service Administration and Devolution has been reviewing the Nyandarua Kenya Devolution Support Program 2, quarterly report and financial statements for the financial year ended 31st December 2025. However, Mr. Speaker, the committee has not yet finalized the report. In this regard, Mr. Speaker, the committee respectfully requests an extension of 14 days to enable members to adequately review, finalize, and adopt the report. Accordingly, Mr. Speaker, sir, I humbly urge this House to grant the committee the additional time required to conclude its consideration of the matter. Your consideration and support will greatly be appreciated. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Maybe Honorable Sasha, how many more days do you need? 14 days. Very well noted. The leave sought is within the timeline, so clerk ensure within 14 days the chair brings back that report. Next order.
Under the same order, there are two reports to be tabled by Honorable Paul Geshe-Wambaire, the Chairperson, Committee on Health Services.
Very well. Honorable Paul Geshe-Wambaire, Chairperson, Committee on Health Services.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I was confirming which one we start with. So, Mr. Speaker, It is on the status of the report on the JM Karaoke Memorial County Referral Hospital annual report and the financial statements for the period ended 30th June 2025. The Committee on Health Services was duly mandated by this Honorable House to scrutinize and report on the above stated report. The report has since formed the agenda of the committee's meeting, during which members have sought to analyze and fully comprehend its contents. The committee is currently in the final stages of identifying issues that require clarification from the medical superintendent. Upon completion of the analysis, a letter seeking information on the matters raised will be sent to the medical superintendent through the office of the clerk. In view of the ongoing review process, the committee respectfully seeks the indulgence of this Honorable House to grant an extension of 45 days to enable the submission of a thorough and conclusive report. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Very well, Honorable Ngesha, the leave sought is well explained and deserving, and so I grant it as sought. So Chairperson ensure the report is ready within the 45 days as requested by the Chair. Next order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There is another report on the status of the Engineer County Level 4 Hospital annual report, the financial statement for the financial year ended 30th June 2025. The Committee on Health Services was duly mandated by this Honorable House to scrutinize and report on the above mentioned report. The committee has since completed its analysis of the report. During this process, it identified several issues requiring clarification from the medical superintendent. Consequently, a letter inviting the medical superintendent to appear before the committee and respond to these matters was issued on 25th March 2026. On 8th April 2026, the committee received a letter from the hospital medical superintendent requesting a 1-month extension to appear before the committee. He indicated that the additional time would enable him to adequately address all the queries raised. The committee granted the requested extension, and the responses are therefore expected in the course of the week. Mr. Speaker, it is worth noting that there was some kind of change. There were transfers. Today we have a new medical superintendent at Engineer Hospital. So the previous one was transferred, and the new one really need some time. Upon receipt of these responses, the committee will be in a position to compile its report accordingly. And in view of the foregoing, the committee respectively seeks the urgency and favorable consideration of this Honorable House for an extension of 30 days from the date hereof. This extension will enable the committee to thoroughly review the medical superintendent's responses, engage relevant stakeholders where necessary, and prepare a comprehensive and well-informed report for tabling before this House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Ngesha. The leave sought is well explained and deserving, so I grant it as sought. Clerk, next order.
Under the same order, there's a paper by Honorable Peter Thenji Kiriga, the Chairperson, Committee on Special Funds Accounts.
Pukashomba.
Honorable Speaker, I raised to request for an extension of time to table the report on approval of the emergency fund expenditure for the period between July and December 2025. Mr. Speaker, the Committee on Special Fund Account has finalized the compilation of the report. However, The Assembly has just resumed from recess, and the committee has not yet convened for formally to adopt the report. We respectfully seek an extension of 14 days to make the necessary amendments and addition, and thereafter submit the consideration to this Honorable House. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Very well, Honorable Bashomba. The leave sought is well explained and deserving, and so I grant it as sought. Chairperson, ensure the report is ready within the time requested. Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, statements. Order number 8, motions and bills. Under this order, there is a motion by Honorable Peter Gadhongo Kamau, the Chairperson, Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protection.
Very well, Honorable Matimu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move the following motion that this House does adopt the report by the Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protection on the Vocational Training Centers, Nyandarua Sub-County Annual Reports and Financial Statement for the year ended 30th June 2025 as the report of the House and the recommendation therein as the resolution of the House. Mr. Speaker, with me I have the report, and first and foremost, Mr. Speaker, I would like to extend my special gratitude to the honorable members of the committee whose commitment and inputs have been instrumental in compilation of this report. We would like to extend our gratitude to your office, Mr. Speaker, sir, and the Office of the Clerk for making the entire report writing process successful. Finally, Mr. Speaker, it is my singular honor and distinguished duty on behalf of the committee to present this report to this Honorable House for debate and subsequent adoption. Mr. Speaker, I would wish first of all to explain to members the formation of Youth Training Department. The election of Mwai Kibaki as the third president of Kenya in 2002 saw renewed efforts to rejuvenate, strength and streamline the operations of Kenya Youth Polytechnics. In 2005, the Youth Training Department under the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sport was established through the Presidential Circular number 1 of 2005, and it was mandated to do the following, Mr. Speaker. Revitalize the youth polytechnic countrywide, develop the national youth policy of youth polytechnic and vocational sector, develop, implement and review the national vocational certificate in education and training curriculum, equip youth with technical vocational life skill and entrepreneurial skills, construct, rehabilitate, equip and expand youth polytechnic, empower youth with ICT skills, facilitate trainings and preparation of youth for national building through leadership training, coordinate youth organization in the country to facilitate youth training agenda through structured organization, collaboration and networking, manage the develop staff and instructors, manage the subsidized youth polytechnic tuitions, and finally, Mr. Speaker, the last mandate was to manage top-up grants to instructors employed by the Board of Governors in registered public youth polytechnic. Mr. Speaker, further to that, as a committee, we made the following observation. The Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Gender and Culture and Social Protection conducted a comprehensive review of the Nyandarua County Annual Financial Statement for Shamata, Shauri, Kanyagia and Leshao Vocational Training Centers. The committee, through a letter dated 7th October 2025, received a response from the CCM Education, Vocational Training, Culture and Social Protection regarding queries raised on the annual statement. Mr. Speaker, the committee was furnished with the following information for visitors in Nyandarua Sub-County. Number 1, Mr. Speaker, is fees payable in various vocational training centers. disbursement schedule of capitation to various centers. Number 3, bank statement for various vocational training centers. And finally, Mr. Speaker, what we received as a committee is authority to incur expenditure for the various vocational training courses. Mr. Speaker, from there, we were able to do our findings. And in the financial year 2024-2025, the County Assembly approved Kenya shilling 30,515,000 towards youth polytechnic transfer, or what you call capitation, Mr. Speaker. The amount was earmarked for substitution fee for 2,301 learners who are in various vocational training centers in the county, not in only Shamata, not Nyandarua sub-county this time. Mr. Speaker, on the table there, you can see how much was received from the sub-county of Nyandarua. Maybe just to mention very fast, Leshau had 2.2 million, Shauri had 1 million, Shamata had 1 million, Kanyagia had 1.5 million. Mr. Speaker, again, we were able to ask how many instructors are in these various institutions, and we were able to get that in Leshau, there were the county has employed 3, the board of management has employed 4, Shauri has 2, 1 is employed by the county has employed 2, 1 is employed by BOM. Shamata has 2 has been employed by the county, the BOM has employed 2. Kanyagia has, the county has employed 2, 3 are employed by the BOM. In total, Mr. Speaker, in Nyandarua sub-county, we have 9 employees by the county and 10 employed by the BOM. It's evident, Mr. Speaker, that from the above table, that the challenge of understaffing plague almost all the youth polytechnics in Nyandarua County. A scrutiny of the number of courses taught, the number of instructors in the youth polytechnic paints a glaring picture of insufficient and inadequate instructors to match the recommended trainer-trainees ratio, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on bank statement, the committee observed that that the transfers from the county government to the vocational training centers were received on 11th June 2025. The committee appreciated that these releases were made midway the school term. The department did not provide explanation on this delay, however. The center managers in the financial statement analyzed in the report underscore late disbursement of the capitation hindered their efficiency. Mr. Speaker, on authority to incur expenses, the various vocational training centers managers were to utilize the funds under the following vote heads: utilities, water and electricity, textbook, exercise books and stationaries, instructional materials, local travel and transport, repair and maintenance on equipment, repair and maintenance on buildings, training on financial management, co-curriculum activities, skills competition, and also on bank charges, and also buying of tools and equipment, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on the financial performance of that particular financial year, the transfer from the county government of 4,335,000, which comprised of 2,280,000 received as capitation for 152 trainees, each at 15,000 shillings. Further, it received 2,055,997 as a grant in kind. That is the Leshau Potom, Mr. Speaker, sir. On Shauri, Mr. Speaker, the key entity information from the management that we got is that Shauri vocational training was established in 2018 by the community with an aim of equipping youth with skills The center is located in Nyandarua sub-county, Leshaupondo ward, and it sits in a land of approximately 1 acre. Mr. Speaker, on page 22, those who are following, we can see the table of the amount that was transferred from the county government, the fees that the trainees paid, which was around 61,000, and the amount that was paid for examination fee. Mr. Speaker, from Shamata, which is also referred to as Kaheho, this entity was established in the year 2009 as a village polytechnic by AIC Church, and is situated in Nyandarua sub-county, Shamata ward, and it sits on half an acre piece of land. During the period of under review, Mr. Speaker, Shamata Vocational Training Center had a revenue of 2,277,531, as it appears on the table, also showing how much was paid by the trainees, which was 25,000. The table below that, Mr. Speaker, shows the expenditure per vote head, which stipulates how the entire amount was spent, Mr. Speaker. On Kanyagia Vocational Training, Mr. Speaker, this one was established, it was established in the year, I think we didn't really get that, but let me just continue. Kanyagia Vocational Training Center is situated in Nyandarua Central, in Nyandarua sub-county. During the period under review, Mr. Speaker, the center had 102 trainees undertaking the following courses: electronic, fashion design, garment making, ICT, fashion design, and beauty therapy. Mr. Speaker, from what they received from the county was 4,831,742 shillings. Then the trainees were topped up 182,930, and they also paid for exams a total of 59,000, Mr. Speaker, sir. The table down there again shows how these monies were spent from the institution, whereby we had use of goods and services at 1.3 million, employees cost at 1.6, repair and maintenance at 10,000, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, as at 30th June, the center recorded a surplus of Kenya 1,807,138, which was attributed to late disbursement of capitation by the county government. From the statement, Mr. Speaker, of the financial position, the center held current assets of cash and cash equivalents of 1,861,842 and 43 shillings. However, it was apparent that the assets such as land, building, equipment, and machinery were not reported. Allow me, Mr. Speaker, now to go to what the committee found and recommended. Upon scrutiny of the annual report, the financial statement for the period ended 30th June 2025 and submission made by the CCM, the committee made the following recommendation. Number one, Mr. Speaker, is that the County Executive Committee member responsible for education, vocational training, gender, and social protection does submit the published vocational training centers policy to the County Assembly within 30 days for approval. Number two, Mr. Speaker, that the county government through the Department of Education, Vocational Training, Gender, Culture, and Social Protection does prioritize construction and improving infrastructure in various vocational training centers. Number three, that the County Executive Committee member does in subsequent financial year establish centers of excellence in the various vocational training centers. This will help cure the instructors' gaps. Number four, Mr. Speaker, that the county government does in the financial year 2026-2027 recruit more qualified instructors to bridge the existing gaps. Number five, Mr. Speaker, is that the county government through Department of Education, Vocational Training, Gender, Culture, and Social Protection does provide the vocational training centers with modern, efficient machines and equipment that will ensure technical creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship skills for 21st century that match the job-related and social realities present in its today's economy. The sixth, Mr. Speaker, that the county government in the subsequent financial year does consider supporting the vocational training centers and trainees by increasing the capitation fee from 15,000 per year to 20,000 per year, Mr. Speaker. This will increase necessary revenue required to cater for day-to-day activities of the vocational training centers, and it will go along in reducing the dropout rates. Number 7, Mr. Speaker, is that the chief officer in the subsequent financial year does ensure timely disbursement of the vocational training centers capitation to avoid disruption. Mr. Speaker, last but not the least, number 8 is that the Department on Education, Vocational Training, Gender, Culture, and Social Services does in the subsequent provide guidelines to harmonize the school fees payable in various vocational training. Mr. Speaker, this is the amount that are paid by the individual students. Mr. Speaker, that is the report from the committee that we did. And at this juncture, I call my brother, Honorable Shomba, to second.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, let's support the committee on the recommendations that have been adopted by the chair of the committee. And Mr. Speaker, there are various recommendations that have been forwarded to the county governments for more improvement. Mr. Speaker, is that one of vocational training for social protection that, Mr. Speaker, they publish the training so that we can be able, Mr. Speaker, to get the gaps and the challenges that are there in terms of funding in future. The other, Mr. Speaker, is about the capitation that 15,000 to be increased to 20,000 so that we can be able to make the smooth learning of our students in schools in the timely disbursement of the funds from the national government and also from the county government for better, for smooth learning of our students. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to support.
Thank you. I now propose the question, which is that this House does adopt the report of the Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender, and Social Protection on the Vocational Training Centers, that is in Nyandarua Sub-County, annual reports and financial statement for the year ended 30th June 2025 as a report of the House, and the recommendations therein as the resolution of the House. Yes, Honorable Geshe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm interested in page 16. And it says, it was evident from the center manager's report that the center has 10 members of staff, 7 being teaching staff, and 3 non-teaching staff. The committee observed that of the 7 teaching staff, only 3 are engaged by Nyandarua County government, while the rest are employed by the Board of Management. Mr. Speaker, I don't want to lament, but seriously, do we own these vocational training centers? If out of 10 staff, 3 are employed by the county government, and 7 they are employed by the Board of Management, it means somehow the government is not ready to be responsible. It does not want to be accountable. The future of this country, Mr. Speaker, it is in these polytechnics, it is in this vocational training. I was trying to do a small construction, Mr. Speaker. And to get a praba, it is hard. It is a bit tough. A professional praba. Mr. Speaker, even today, to get a professional welder, it is proving to be difficult. You see, Mr. Speaker, this is where we can nurture that particular group. Those who mostly they are attended by those who left. They never went beyond secondary school. Most of the majority of them who are in this vocational training, they never went beyond the primary education. And you see, Mr. Speaker, what the vocational training center are doing, they're helping the NYS to instill discipline and to have somebody who is all built in. You give him a technical skill. And whatever is happening in our country, Mr. Speaker, today, whereby you have heard of unemployment, so many youth are suffering. This is where they can be absorbed. You see the courses that are being offered here. They have hairdressing, machinery, carpentry, motor vehicle mechanics, electrical wireman, and surely the computer studies. Mr. Speaker, as a county, it is an eye-opener because there before we never had these reports. I'm happy that they are coming up now. The issue of capitation is good, but we should have a target group that this money will, after like 5 to 10 years, we can be able to relook and see the indelible mark that has been left by this capitation. Mr. Speaker, when you look at the challenges they are telling you is that inadequate workshop for trainees. There was a motion sometimes back whereby we were saying the return of vehicles and cars in the county can be taken to those vocational training for, like those who are doing mechanics. They want to become mechanics. The center of excellency, we are talking of centers of excellency. Like those who want to do motor vehicle, those cars or vehicles that we are having lying idle in our county, they are to be taken there so that we enhance the capacity. They could be used for them to acquire knowledge. Lack of three-phased power supply, that is serious, Mr. Speaker, because this is a matter of applying. An application is done to the Kenya Power by the relevant department so that they can be upgraded to three-phase, so that they have sufficient power supply. There is also an interesting point. Competition from Nyandarua Technical and Vocational College. You see, Mr. Speaker, like in Kipipiri, you have Kipipiri Technical. And those who now go beyond Form 4, they are not ready to go to the vocational training center. So what they are doing, they want to be somewhere like in the technical vocational college. And now, you know the government regulation about 100% transition to secondary. So it is being threatened. So the county government must up the game and now think of coming up with the Center of Excellency, such that the people who will be joining there, not only those from 4 rivers, but also those, not only the, now it is should be grade 10, it is grade 9 rivers. It is not only grade 9 rivers, but also from 4 rivers can get a room. It is by merit, it should be by merit. And the only way to do it, it is to empower now. We empower by employing more instructors and also changing the image. Like, I recall Mirangine, the former governor was very passionate about it, and he had tried to do with something to do with garment making. And they were even, a bus was purchased to that effect, that it should become a center of excellency. Because after we have gotten these skilled men and women, our country will be industrialized. But whatever I'm saying, it is for future, and it is, maybe it cannot be consumed in this house only, because it is weight a matter. But we can think of generation, and we can think of Kenya. The Kenya that we want is whereby we have skilled men and women, and we have nurtured them. Because if we don't take care of our vocational training, what will happen, bad behaviors will now take precedence. Mr. Speaker, on your way home, and I'm not saying, and I'm not insinuating you will be battered, but you will get this vijana there and allowed your praise if they don't have somewhere to go. So it is good that despite whatever is happening, despite the mood of electioneering period, we must go and do something to this vocational training center. With that, Mr. Speaker, running the mood of the House, I call the mover to respond.
Thank you, Honorable Geshe. Yes, mover, you can respond.
Mr. Speaker, I want to really thank the members who have given their input on the same. And I want to agree with Honorable Geshe that this is a devolved function. We need to put more emphasis, especially in terms of staffing. Mr. Speaker, we should get more funds from the county government to ensure that we are able to give the students enough skills so that it can be all round, Mr. Speaker. I also agree with his sentiments that we need to have enough tools for these students, for them to, by the time they are finishing their training, they should not only be knowledgeable in terms of, but also the practical part should be enhanced. Mr. Speaker, I think the last part that he has mentioned is on self-employment. I think all of us in this honorable house, we need the services and the skills that we get from these people. I can see Honorable Geshe seems like he had gone to a barber shop yesterday. He cannot shave himself, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I believe even yourself back at home, you need a plumber to fix those pipes that maybe may have issues. And all these, we get them from this institution. Mr. Speaker, with that, I move.
Thank you, Honorable Matimu. I now put the question, which is that this House does adopt the report of the Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protection as the Vocational Training Centers, Nyandarua Sub-County Annual Reports for the Financial Statement for the year ended 30th June 2025 as a report of the House and the recommendations aimed as a resolution of the House. May those of a similar opinion say aye.
Aye.
May those of a contrary opinion say nay. And the ayes have it. Clerk, next order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, the business of this sitting as appearing of the paper has been exhausted.
There being no other business to transact during this sitting, I now adjourn the House to 21st day of April 2026 at 2:30 p.m.